So the first card you have for your past is the Hermit. So yeah, obviously this was about you needing some time to yourself, and yeah, this is hard to say, but I'll just tell you what I'm seeing. I'm actually seeing that you might have thought that you'd finally found someone really special. There was this feeling of, oh, the worst's finally over. I found someone who's a lot better than all of the others. Finally, I found someone really good. And you know, you've had some really bad experiences in love, and I think for a while you thought that, you know, you'd found this great new person and things seemed to be fine. You know, you still had your guard up a bit, but you're kind of like, oh, finally this is okay, I've met someone, it's going to be fine. Yeah, and I think you're right to keep your guard up. You're right to do that, because I think after a while you probably eventually realised that this person wasn't right for you. And yeah, it was sad, obviously. I hate seeing things like this, but this is what I was seeing. So I think that was the end of you and this person. I think you separated, broke up, whatever happened. And I'm getting this feeling of, oh, again, another one, something else that hasn't worked, another relationship that hasn't worked. You know, and so of course there was a lot of, you know, there was some unhappiness, there was even some anger around this, I think, that, oh, again, you know, that kind of feeling. But I don't think you took this realization as badly as you would have in the past, I think, because I think you're a lot stronger, and also you were showing that strength, I think, because I think in the past you would have put up with a lot more than you do now, or you did then, because you know, I think because of all of these bad experiences that you've had have kind of helped you to grow. And I know that knowing that doesn't make up for that feeling, that horrible feeling of losing someone. But yeah, I think nowadays there are very few things that you put up with. And I think once you would have put up with a lot more rubbish than you do now. So, you know, I think you might have been just by yourself a bit, looking inside of yourself, maybe just exploring things, trying to work out why, you know, you've been attracting these kinds of people who aren't right for you. But you know, if this is all resonating with you, I know it's not easy going through this, but again, you know, you're tolerating a lot less each time, and it's going to get to the stage where you'll see this coming. You know, you'll see someone coming, you'll talk to them for a while, and you'll realise this person isn't right for me. I'm not going any further with them. And you know, you're not going to go further with anyone who doesn't meet your standards. That's what I'm seeing. And I know, you know, that probably sounds a bit cold and businesslike, but you are very businesslike. You're not cold, but you're very businesslike. You're very career oriented. And so, yeah, there's a lot of wanting to be alone. I'm seeing it all through this week's readings, actually, in all signs, not all, but a lot of signs are getting this kind of, I want to be alone thing. I've had enough of relationships. I just want to be by myself. Yeah, so you're not the only one. You're not the only one, if this is resonating with you. The next card you have your past is the Four of Swords. So yeah, again, you were just spending time by yourself. You were just reflecting on things. You were reflecting on what had happened, and you know, what you could do to maybe improve things next time. And I keep on seeing this business style approach with you. Again, you're not cold and calculating or anything like that, but I think this is the way that you process things. From a business kind of a point of view, from a very kind of pragmatic, very kind of objective point of view. And that's fine, of course. And again, you know, you weren't happy, obviously, but I'm not seeing you being hugely upset. I mean, there was some hurt, there was some anger, all of that, but it wasn't huge. And I think having your guard up meant that you probably didn't totally open up to this person. So that gave you a little bit of protection. I think that kind of protected your heart a bit. And, you know, I think the worst thing about all of this might have just been that you felt that you had to start all over again, looking for someone else again. It was that feeling of kind of being back to square one again, like, oh, now I have to look again. I'm back to square one. Oh. But, you know, I think there's also a message in this card, if this is all resonating with you, to just maybe try to, you know, take some time out from relationships for a while altogether. And, you know, also with all of this soul searching, the other thing I'm seeing in this card is that don't blame yourself. Don't blame yourself, because I'm getting this, I'm seeing a bit of this kind of what's wrong with me kind of thing around this. You know, you might be thinking, what's wrong with me? Why am I attracting these people? What is wrong with me? There's nothing wrong with you. There is nothing wrong with you. And as you go through this, you know, as you keep on going through life, and you have already learned a lot, as you keep on learning, you're going to spot these kinds of people. And not that there's always anything wrong with the people, but you're going to spot the kind of people who you know aren't going to be right for you for whatever reason much earlier on, before you even get anywhere near this person, or these people, I should say. So the last card you have for your past is the Lovers. So yeah, I think there might actually be someone who, someone else who you might have been thinking about, maybe. I think this person might have been in the back of your mind. Maybe they still are, actually. And this might be another reason why you weren't as upset as you have been in the past around emotional problems, breakups, all of that kind of thing. I don't think this is someone who you actually had a relationship with. I think this might have been someone who was, or maybe is, a friend. I'm saying was or is because I don't think this person's around you. So I don't know whether they're still your friend or not, or they were, I don't know. But I am seeing a friend, and, you know, you got along really well. You were close for a long time. There was probably always a lot of sexual tension between you, and maybe this has always been kind of around you both, but it was unsaid though, but I think you both knew it was there. I'm getting that feeling around that. Now, I don't know if you knew this person around work or something, work related. Maybe I am getting a work kind of thing around this. Maybe they were a client or a colleague or something like that. But you're not around this person now. That's what I'm seeing. Not around this person now, or you weren't at this time. But I think you both sort of knew that something was in the way of you getting together. I think it might have been because, you know, maybe it would mess up some kind of work arrangement. It might be that they were with someone else. It might even have been that they were married or something like that. It might have been something like that. You know, there's some unspoken reason why you've never been able to properly get together. And, you know, I'm saying unspoken because I think you probably never had a conversation about all of these feelings and these things and these issues. And you haven't acted on anything either of they. You haven't ever acted on any of these passionate feelings you've had. But they were there. They were definitely real, those feelings. And I think in your head you might have known that this wouldn't really go anywhere because of this barrier that was there. But you still thought about them. You still had feelings for them. That's what I'm seeing. So if this resonates, I think you are going to have to just try to forget about this person, especially if they're unavailable, or if they're in another relationship, especially if they're married. You know, I think unless things change for them, unless they get a divorce or a separation, or they move on, or whatever roadblock this is removed or changed, you're really not going to be able to pursue this. And I think, you know that, practically you know that, your head knows that, but I think your heart is still thinking about them, and I think your head's still kind of remembering them. That's what I'm seeing. So the first card you have for your present is the Three of Wands. So yeah, again, I think your heart might still be waiting for this person in a way. I'm not saying that you're physically waiting for them, or that you haven't been seeing anyone else because of them or anything like that. Obviously, that's not what I've been seeing in this reading so far, because you've just kind of separated from someone, so you have been seeing people. But maybe, yeah, I don't know if this is going to make sense, but maybe you were using this person in your head. Not that, I don't mean you were using this person, but maybe maybe this person was in your head as a kind of a psychological barrier against truly being able to open up to anyone else, if that makes sense to you. I know that there hasn't been anyone who you felt was worth opening up to properly. But, if you still have this person on your mind all the time, you're never going to be able to open up to anyone properly. You're never going to find that special person properly. If you still have this person in the back of your mind, that's never going to happen. You're never going to be able to focus on the new person properly. So I think this might be something you might have to think about. I don't know. I'm not blaming you if this is resonating, because we can't help our feelings and our thoughts all the time. Especially if they're subconscious feelings that we're not totally aware of. And maybe that's what was happening with this as well, I don't know. But yeah, just have a think about that, and have a think about how you might be able to get over that somehow. Start to think about that if this is all resonating with you. The next card you have your present is the Knight of Swords. So yeah, this is about, I'm getting a feeling of defense in this card. Someone, not someone, you might be defending yourself. You might be defending your reputation, actually, because I'm getting this feeling of being questioned or not being believed or something like that around this card. I think someone might be questioning you, questioning your integrity. They might even be trying to make you out to be dishonest or something horrible like that. And I think whoever this is knows exactly what to say to affect you, because you really, really guard your reputation. It means so much to you. I always see that in your readings. And, it took you a long, long time to build up your reputation. And that reputation is based on honesty, and it's based on integrity. So when that's questioned, it really hurts you. It really affects you. And, this person might be a bit jealous, or they might see you as some kind of competitor to them. It might be that. But yeah, they have the wrong idea about you, totally the wrong idea. They might even be trying to spread some kind of gossip about you. And I think this is online. I think whatever they're doing is happening online, maybe. And if this is about work, your work or your business or whatever, if you have a business, you might have to do something like putting out a statement that's to the point, refuting these crazy claims or whatever, or this gossip. You might have to put out a statement on your website if you have one, or somewhere online, just saying something like, I've heard some statements about me, they're not true. This is the fact, this is the fact, this is the fact. I'm an open book. If you want to ask me any questions, I'm here. Just know that I know that these things are being spread about me. They're not true, and I just wanted to make that statement. Something like that, I don't know. But yeah, I am seeing this as probably happening online. So yeah, a statement or a mass email or something like that, that might help with this. And also you have a lot of people who trust you. They're loyal to you as well. So try not to be too worried or distressed around this. I know it isn't easy if this is resonating with you, but you're the one who's in control of this. Just remember that. You're in control, not them. They feel out of control, like this poor horse in this card. That's why they're attacking you. That's why they're doing this. Just remember that if you start feeling all stressed about this. You're the one that's above them, and that's why they feel as if they have to attack you. The last card you have in your present is the Ace of Pentacles. So yes, this is a fantastic card. This is stability, this is money, all of these things. So yeah, you don't have to worry. Try not to worry about this person, your business or your work or whatever it is. And definitely your reputation's very, very stable. Very, very, very stable. There's not a lot to worry about, and your reputation's definitely a lot better than theirs is, because what they're making themselves known for is gossip, spreading gossip. You're known for your work. It really stands by itself. It stands for itself. You don't have to say anything, and you probably don't need to make this statement, but yes, it might help you. It might be a good idea, but you don't have to. Because I think, your reputation stands for itself. That's what I'm seeing in this card. And I'm also seeing you growing. I'm definitely seeing your work or your business and your money growing. And yeah, that's probably going to make them feel even more jealous. But oh well, that's too bad, isn't it? Because the more you grow, the worse they feel. But you can't do anything about that. And you're not growing to make them jealous. You're not bothered by them. You're not in competition with them. You're just doing your own thing. This is all going on in their head. And so, yeah, you're just going to keep on growing and prospering. That's what I'm seeing. The first card you have for your future is the King of Pentacles. Yeah, again, growth, prosperity, abundance, and you're not just going to keep on growing. You're going to keep on thriving, really, really, really thriving. And this is because you're not the sort of person who goes around talking about other people all the time, like this person. This king's where he is because he slowly built up what he has. He's really, really concentrating on his wealth. He's concentrating on his abundance. He's not concentrating on what anyone's doing around him or beside him or what anyone else is doing or saying. He's just focused on his coin. He's so focused. Look at the way he's focused on this coin. He's looking down at it. He can't see anything else. And, he's so focused, 10 naked women could come dancing in front of him and he probably wouldn't even notice them. So you're not that extreme. You're not that focused, but that's what you're focused on. You're focused on building things up. You're focused on building yourself up, not tearing other people down. And that's why you'll keep on growing. That's why. That is why. The next card you have for your future is the Chariot. So yeah, again, no matter what anyone says or does, you're going to keep on pushing yourself. You're going to keep on pushing forward, moving forward. And the other thing I'm seeing in this card is I'm seeing that you're guiding in some way. You're some kind of a guide. I think you guide other people, you help other people. It might be in your work. And I think you might even use your mind to help other people to grow in some way as well. I don't know if you're a teacher. You might be a teacher. But there's some element of teaching in what you do, I think. I can see that. Or you're teaching, or you're guiding, or you're helping. The man on this card, he's steering this chariot, but he's steering it with his mind. He's really concentrating. Look at his face, how much he's concentrating. And he's not holding on to any reins either. So he's using his mind to steer this chariot and get to where he wants to go. And that's what you do. You do that. You use your mind to help yourself. You use your mind to help other people. And this other person doesn't help anyone but themselves, but it's not getting them anywhere. The other thing I'm seeing in this card is you're probably still going to have this barrier up around you for a while. I think you're probably going to be staying away from any kind of dating or relationships for a while. And that's fine, of course. I've seen that in the Four of Swords as well. So, I think you're just going to need a break from all of that for a while. And again, a lot of signs have that this week. A lot of people want to be alone. The last card you have for your future is the Nine of Wands. So again, here's this barrier. But if you look at this card, I don't know if you can see it on camera. I'm just moving up so you can see it. This barrier is actually behind this man. So I'm seeing that this could be a barrier between you and what's behind you. A barrier between what's behind you and where you are now, if that makes sense. I think if what I was seeing was right, what I was seeing in the Lover's card was right, this might be about you really making an effort now to try to leave this friend, this person in the Lover's card who was in the back of your mind. You might be really trying to leave them behind you now. And it's definitely going to be worth it if you try to do that, because it's going to open up a whole lot of new possibilities, a whole lot of new love possibilities, because you're not going to be focused on that person. It is going to be difficult. It's going to be very difficult in your head, because I think you've been carrying this person around in your head for a long, long time, like this man who has a bandage around his head. But it's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth trying to do this. So keep on trying, do whatever you can to try and get this person out of your head and move on from them. I think that whatever this barrier is just too high between you. You're not going to be able to get anywhere with this person, especially if they're married. I was seeing that might be a possibility. So yeah, move forward from them. If you ever have feelings, And this is correct. If they are married, imagine them with their husband or their wife, imagine that, and then move on, move on. I think you are going to be able to do this, but it's going to be a bit of a struggle. That's what I'm seeing in that